Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Saturday. It is 5th of July and it is Ashadha Masa, Vamana Masa, Sukla Paksham and the Dasami Tithi. There are no Vaishnavas today, but tomorrow is Ekadashi. Tomorrow is Shayani Ekadashi. Okay, so for now, we shall move down the Vishnu and Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Buddha was speaking to Vidura, so about how he had the conversations with Krishna. So during Krishna's leaving this material world, so at the time Krishna was speaking to Uddhava very affectionately. So at the time, even so that it was in attention to Maitreya Rishi as well. So how powerful the devotional service is, how affectionate the Lord towards his devotees is. So Maitreya Rishi is all observing, so that he would speak later on with Vidura. The same thing with Vidura only he speak. Okay, so yesterday he was mentioning इति आदृतोक्तः परमस्य पुंसः प्रतिक्षण अनुग्रह भाजनोऽहम् स्नेहोत्तरोम स्खलिताक्षरस्थं मुञ्चन् शुचिः प्राञ्जलिः आभाषे. So when the Lord is speaking in so much affectionate, at the time sneha uttaroma skalitakshirastam. Snehottaroma skalitakshirastam. So that is with there are so many symptoms are manifested in the body of Uddhava. So hairs are standing and then tears are falling from his eyes. And he was munchan suchaha, he was just wiping those tears. And then pranjalihi, so keeping his hands folded in front of Krishna and started speaking to Vidura. So what he is speaking to Krishna, so that same Uddhava is now relaying all this message to Vijaya. So what he is saying, so that, oh my dear Lord, so whoever the devotees who have taken shelter of your lotus feet, they always automatically, very easily, they attain dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But as far as I am concerned, I do not want any of those things. Let me engage in your in the devotional service at your lotus feet. Likewise, Buddha is mentioning to Krishna. So that same Buddha is now saying to Vidura. Okay, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is third canto, chapter 4, and verse number 15. कोन्वीशते पादसरोजभाजं सुदुर्लभोद्धेषु चतुर्ष्वपीहम् तथापि नाहं प्रणोमि भूमन् भवत्पदाम्भोजनिषेवनोत्सुकः कोन्विषते पादसरोजभाजं कोन्विष ख नु ईशा. So this is three different words. Konvisha. So, oh my dear Lord, say your Pada Saroja Bhajam of the devotees engaged in the transcendental loving service of your lotus feet. Pada Saroja Bhajam. Konvishate Pada Saroja Bhajam. Sudarlabhodheshu Chaturshwapiham. Sudarlabho. Sudharlabho is very difficult to obtain. Adheshu, these are the dharma, artha, kama, moksha. In the matter of, these are Chaturdadhas. This is Chaturshwapiham. These are called Purushadhas or Dharmadha Kama Moksha are called Chatur. The four. Adheshu Chaturshwapiham. So in the matter of this Dharmadha Kama Moksha, it is very difficult to attain. So they would attain very easily in spite of in this material world. Likewise, Krishna is saying here. Konvishite pada saroja bhajam sudhirlavadeshu chaturshwapiha tatapi. So even though tatapi, so yet naham pranunomi bhuman, naham pranunomi bhuman. So naham is I do not pranunomi prefer that one. Dharmadaka moksha. Pranunomi bhuman, O great one. Bhavat bhavat padambhoja nishevan utsukaha. Bhavat. So, but I prefer what is preferring bhavat pada padambhoja. This is padambhoja. It's the lotus feet. Padambhoja is lotus feet. Bhavat padambhoja nishevan utsukaha and anxious to serve. So Uddhava is anxious to serve Krishna's lotus feet and he does not prefer this Dharmadaka Mokshas. This is mentioned in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Dharma Pronjita Kaitavottara Paramo Nirmatsaranam Satam Vedjam Vastamatra Vasu Shivadam Tapatriyon Moolanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krute Kimva Pareveshwaraha Sajjo Hridya Urjhate Pruthibih Susrushabih Tatchanad. So that Dharma Pronjita. So here Uddhava is saying that this is the symptom of a pure devotee. क्वन्विषते पाद सरोज भाजम सुदुर्लभोदेश चतुष्वपीह तथापि नाहं प्रणोमि भूमन् भवत्पदाम्भोज निषेवनोत्सुकः. This is the nishevanotsukah, anxious to serve devotees. So sometimes we see that devotees are very anxious to serve Krishna's lotus feet, and Krishna arranges in such a way that they will get opportunities to serve. But devotees, they will try to make, even though they are very busy, but still try to make the way to serve the Lord. That is where the temperament of devotional service, anxiousness will come. Yes, I want to do it. If I don't do it, I will lose this opportunity. So likewise, they're always anxious. Okay, so this is here Buddhava mood is like that. Nishevana Utsukaha is very anxious to serve the Lord. It's a translation for this shloka. O my Lord, devotees who engage in the transcendental loving service of your lotus feet have no difficulty in achieving anything within the realm of the four principles of religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. But, O Great One, as far as I am concerned, I have preferred only to engage in the loving service of your lotus feet. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Sanchita Mataji to read the purport, please?
Those who are associated with the Lord in the Vaikuntha planets achieve all the bodily features of the Lord and appear to be the same as Lord Vishnu. Such liberation is called Sarupya Mukti, which is one of the 5 kinds of liberation. The devotees engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord never accept the Sayujya Mukti, emerging in the rays of the Lord called the Brahma Jyoti. Devotees can achieve not only liberation but any success in the realm of religiosity, economic development, or sense gratification up to the standard of demigods in the heavenly planets. But such a pure devotee as Uddhava refuses to accept all such facilities. A pure devotee wants simply to engage in the service of the Lord and does not consider his personal benefit. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so here those who are associated with the Lord in the Vaikuntha planets. So they achieve all the bodily features of the Lord. Shama, Vadata, Satapatralochana, Pishangavastra, Turchaha, Supeshashaha, Sarve Chaturbahu, Ulmishanmani, Prevekanishkaparanaha. So these are very beautifully described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. That devotees, they're always a Kishore, Kishore Vaisas, Shamo Kishoro, Arunam Bhujekshanau. So this is Tatranu Deva Pravaro, Chaturbhujau, Shamo Kishoro, Arunam Bhujekshanau, Siddhau Avashtabhya, Gadam Suvasasau, Kiritharangada Charukundalau. This is the beauty of the devotees of the Lord in the Vaikuntha planets. So these are the descriptions of Sunanda and Nanda when Dhruv Maharaj sees them with four hands in a very beautiful way. They were speaking to Uddhava. So these are the bodily features of the Lord, and they appear to be same as Lord Vishnu. And there, everyone are engaged in the devotional service. They do not have any other thing, just only a devotional service to the Lord. Ye nimitta nimitena dharmena aradhayana harim, and they're always singing different Vaimanikaha salalana chiritanisheshvat gayanti yatra samalakshyapanani bhattuhu antarjali anubikat madhumadharinam gandhena kandita dhiyopi anilam kshipantaha. So in such a way, irrespective of so much of beauty of this Vaikuntha, they are attracted to the service of the Lord and glorifying the Lord. Gayantriyata samalakshapanani bhattuhu. So this is the called Sarupya Mukti. Such same features of the Lord is called Sarupya Mukti, which is one of the five kinds of liberation. This is Salokya Saristi Samipya Sarupya Ekatm Apyutam Dimanam Nagruhnanti Vina Matsevanam Janaham. Even though I give Salokya Saristi and Samipya Sarupya, these are the four the liberations for the devotees. And one liberation, Sayujya Mukti, Sayujyam, that is the Ekatvam, one with the merging in the Brahma Jyoti. These are the five kinds of liberation. Out of those, devotees have got four kinds of liberation, same as the Salukya, same planet as the Lord exists, and then Saristi, same opulence as the Lord, Sarupya, same form, same features of the Lord, and then Samipya, living nearer to the Lord, like the Nanda and Sunanda, Prabala Arhana, like that. So these are the Samipya, and Sahajya Mukti is for the impersonalist who wanted to merge in the impersonal Brahma Jyoti. So the devotees engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord never accept the Sahajya Mukti or merging in the race of the Lord called Brahma Jyoti. Because Sridhar Swami mentions in his comments that Kaivalyam Narakayate, something like that. Prabhupada was explaining this one. So when there is no devotional service, it is Kaivalyam Narakayate. But here in the Vaikuntha, it is variegatedness. Here, Kaivalyam Eva Murtimat, Kaivalyamiva Murtimat. There is a variegatedness. So variegatedness is there. It's a mother of enjoyment. Mother of enjoyment. Prabhupada says that one number of times. So we wanted varieties, different kinds of varieties for enjoyment. We wanted milk, same milk, but we prepare rasgullas, cheese, and then so many items coming from the milk preparations. But it is varieties, but only one ingredient we are all part and parcel of the Lord, but different varieties, different kinds of devotional service. Every devotee has got a different mood and taste. When we hear such kind of taste and flavors, when the devotee speak, that is where the relishment comes. Everyone is speaking, but we wanted to hear and we wanted to see how those devotees are engaged. Ye animitena nimittena, ye animitena nimittena dharmena aradayan harim. That is how we look and appreciate. Okay, so that's why the devotees that even Deemanam, even I wanted to give the liberation, na gruhnanti bina, they do not take these liberations. They wanted to engage in my devotional service. Automatically, Anichitomi gatim anviyam prayungte, even though they do not expect for that, automatically they will get it. That is already destined. Like Dhruv Maharaja, 5 years itself, he has attained that one. But later on, he also enjoyed. But while he was having 36,000 years, he was enjoying and ruling kingdom like a father. While he was ruling his subjects, so he was taking care of all of his subjects like a father. And in such a way, at the end, so he has left his home and thinking that it is the Gandharva Nagarupamam Atmastri Apatya Suhrudo Bhalamruddhakosham Antahpuram Parivihara Bhosha Ramyaha Bhumandalam Jaladimekalam Bhumandalam Jaladimekalam Akalaya. So many beautiful words are coming in the Srimad Bhagavatam. By hearing those words itself, we feel so much of ecstasy, and the relationship with the Lord, it awakens more and more. And when we hear about again other devotees are participating in the devotional service and they are glorifying, again all these words come into our heart, and then it will make us to feel so much of ecstasy in the heart, and tears flows from the eyes. So this is how we hear Bhagavatam. Oh my dear Lord, you are having all kinds of things in your planet and also giving those opportunities in this world, in this material world as well for the devotee's sake. Okay, so this is everything is like a kalopasustimiti saprayayu vishalam. Saprayayu vishalam. Dhruv Maharaj thinks that, okay, so this is created by the Kala. Kalopasustimiti saprayayu vishalam. And then he departed to Vishalam, that is the Badrikashrama, further as where he has gone. So likewise, there also he has engaged in the Stule Dadara Bhagat Pratirupayetad. There also he worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead until he was departed to the Vaikuntha, aboarded the Vaikuntha, that airplane, Vaikuntha airplane. Etad Vimana Paravaram Uttama Shloka Maulina. Upastapitum Aishman Adhirodham Tomarahasi, this Sunanda and Ananda speaks to Dhruva saying that now you just claim you are the person qualified to aboard this airplane. Ayushman, so you're long living. So here you are going to be living in the Dhruva planet. Likewise, they glorify Dhruva Maharaj. And then when Dhruva Maharaj, he was aboarding, when he was circumambulating that aeroplane, his body turned into golden color. Bibrad Rupam, Bibrad Rupam Hiranmayam, golden form. And in such a way, then he just claimed that while he was climbing up, again the uh, uh, Tadottana Padaha Putro, Dadarsha Antakam Agatam. Dadarsha Antakam is this Mrityu was coming, and then Mrityor Mudhim Padam Dhatva, Mrityor Mudhim Padam Dhatva Aruroha Adbhutam Gruham. He climbed onto that aeroplane. So that is the glories of the devotional service and the devotees of the Lord. Lord always wanted to give the glories to the devotees. He wanted to bring that fame to the devotees. Okay, so that's why devotees are always the topmost in this creation, either it is in the spiritual world or in the material world. The Lord adores like devotees like that. Like here, whenever natatami priyatama atmayodhi na sankaraha na cha sankashunu na shrihi na yevatma cheta bhavan. When Krishna says to Uddhava, you are the most dearest one to me than even myself. So that why that is because everything brings this transcendental loving service of the Lord. That's why muktim datati karichit sma na bhakti yogam. Krishna says that I give liberation to everyone, but I do not give that much easily bhakti yoga. Some people who are satisfied with Brahma Jyoti, they will go there, but devotees are not satisfied that. That's why Matsevaya Prijante Salokyadi Chatushtayam Nechayanti Sevaya Purnaha Kuto Anyat Kali Viplutam. Everything inclusive of all kinds of even Brahma Jyoti is also, it is not permanent. Kuto Anyat Salokyadi Chatushtayam. Krishna is saying this is the only four Matsevaya Prijante Salokyadi Chatushtayam. Only four liberations are mentioned in this particular shloka. Matsevya Prijante Salokyadi Chatushtayam Nechayanti Sevaya Purnaha Kuto Anyat Kal Viplutam. And anything else, it is Kuto Anyat Kal Viplutam. In due course of time, everything is destroyed. It is not permanent. Kuto Anyat Kal Viplutam. That means what is permanent? These four are the permanent. Even though if you go to the Brahma Jyoti, because you do not have any engagement there, after some time you will come back. आरुह्य कुरुचेन padam padam ततः पदन्ति अतः अनादृत युष्मदङ्गरयः. So likewise, Prabhupada a number of times mentions this from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So devotees can achieve not only liberation but any success in the realm of religiosity, economic development, or sense gratification up to the standard of the demigods in the heavenly planets. So this one again, ko namaloke purushadhasaravit purakathanam bhagavad katha sudanam. भगवत कथा सुदाम आपीय कन्यांजलिभिः भवापहम अहो विरुध्येता विना नरेतरम. So again, once again, this one says by Brahma and all his children, the Munis, great sages, and Manu to Varaha, they're praying that. So, my dear Lord, unless just by simply hearing your pastimes, Konamaloke Purushadhasaravet, they will attain this Dharma, the Kama Moksha by without much endeavor, very easily. Konamaloke Purushadhasaravet Purakatanam Bhagavad Katha Sudam. If just only take the shelter of Bhagavata, Purakatanam Bhagavad Katha Sudam, hearing Krishna's pastimes. Api Kannanjalibihi Bhavapaham. When they are hearing Kannanjalibihi Bhavapaham, this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, this Samskriti is completely eradicated out. Bhavapaham, Apaham. Aho Virijjeta Vina Naretaram. If he is not a human being, he does not take to hear. So likewise, they mentions very beautifully, indirectly says that one. Only humans, only devotees can hear these things and then achieve everything like that. Okay, so but such a pure devotee as Buddha refuses to accept all such facilities. A pure devotee wants to simply engage in this in the service of the Lord and does not consider his own personal benefit. So this is if I am just very without any personal bit, I am serving the king. He will like me and he will always keep me with him. If I wanted to enjoy separately, then immediately king says that, and then he will just send him out of the palace. As simple as that. If we do not have any desires, we stay with the Lord. When we are staying with the Lord, automatically we enjoy as much as Lord enjoys, and all the opulences. This is saristi, all kinds of opulences. That is the only thing. So one should not enjoy personally anything. Everything must be engaged in the service of the Lord. Then we also take part of in that Lord's opulences. Of course, that is not the desire, but we wanted to serve the Lord with gratitude, and because we are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and we have got a relationship, we have got a proper relationship with the Lord. So Naikatmatam means spruhanti kechin matpada seva abhirata madihaha. Yo anyonyata bhagavataha prasajya. Yo anyonyata bhagavataha prasajya. Sabhadayante mama paurushani. Naikatmatam me. They do not wanted to become one with me, merge into me. Na ekatmatam me. Spruhayanti kechin. At any point of time in their life, at any point of time, they do not think like that. Matpada seva abhirata madihaha. They wanted to serve only my lotus feet, engage in the service of the Lord. So, and does not consider his own personal benefit. So this is a pure devotee ones. Matpadaseva abhirita marihaha. And about my devotees, yo anyonyata bhagavataha prasadhya sabhadayante mama paurushani. They are always cooperating each other without any misunderstandings. Yo anyonyata is just mingling in each other, understanding each other, cooperating each other. Yo anyonyata bhagavataha prasadhya. And they speak Bhagavatam to each other, and then Sabhajayanti in such a glorify the Lord and do bhajans. Mama Paurushani, they glorify me. Likewise, this happens only in the devotees. A pure devotee wants to simply engage in the service of the Lord. Okay, likewise, Prabhupada, there is so many things to speak and relish from Srila Prabhupada's purports. Okay, so thank you so much. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So कोन्विषते पाद सरोज भाजम सुदुर्लभोद्देषु चतुष्वपीह तथापि नाहं प्रणोमि भूमन् भवत्पदाम्भोज निषेवन उत्सुकः. This is Nishevan Uchchukaha. Devotees, they are very anxious to serve the Lord. This is the very nice temperament. When we say the devotee's temperament, we feel so much happy. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jaya. Okay, we shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, so today letter to Harivilas, September 21st, 1970, Calcutta. So can I request any devotees to read this letter? Jai Mataji, thank you for joining. Would you like to read the Prabhupada's letter if you are available?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, I can read. Hare Krishna, everyone. My dear Hari Vilas, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated September 15th, 1970, the contents of which have given me great satisfaction. Sri Hanuman has already arrived here in Hanuman has already arrived here in Calcutta, and from the pictures he has shown me of your temple and devotees, I can understand that everything is going on very nicely there. I think Krishna is giving you good intelligence to manage everything in Paris. Everyone should be kept fully engaged 100% of the time in Krishna's service without a vacant moment, so that Maya will never have a chance to act. It does not matter what one's engagement in Krishna's service may be, Krishna accepts equally the service given to him by a little calf and that given by Srimati Radharani. So we should all be very much appreciative of our God brothers and God sisters' service. I'm glad that Aradhana and Santanu are engaged in painting pictures. As we open more temples, there is a greater and greater need for paintings. So they can paint as many as possible pictures of Panchatattva and acharyas and distribute them to all the new temples. This will be a great service to our society. I'm glad to learn your Sankirtan party is going to all the areas of the city each time out. Here also the Sankirtan party led by Madhu Dvisa Maharaj is having great success, and sometimes as many as 400 business and working men join them in chanting Hare Krishna on the streets. It is all Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy that this is happening all around the world, and we should pray to him that he may benedict us with even greater opportunity to spread his Sankirtan movement. Please continue your search for a suitable temple building, and Krishna will help you in this also. I have instructed Tamal Krishna to write to you also. He has received your letter. Please offer my blessings to all the Paris Prabhus. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Would you like to highlight any points of Prabhupada's letter, Mataji, in this letter?
Yes, this paragraph here, where it says it does not matter what one's engagement in Krishna's service may be, Krishna accepts equally the service given to him by a little calf, and that given by Srimati Radharani. I thought that was quite nice, that one. It's a bit like in Ramayana, the squirrels wanting to help as well, and all the monkeys wanting to help. So I suppose no service is little, basically, as long as it's given with love.
That's very beautiful, Mataji. Any other points?
I think the whole letter is quite eye opener for me as well. There's this one about the paintings as well, that I'm guessing these two people are good at painting and they want to engage in that service, and Prabhupada is saying just carry on painting, it would be so good. I thought that was quite nice as well. So if you have a talent, maybe to use that talent in a good way.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other points, dear devotees, you wanted to add? Sanjita Mataji, you wanted to add anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. In the first paragraph, we see Prabhupada is glorifying Shriman Hanuman, like I think he means Hanuman Prasad Poddar. I think he is from the Gita Press. He is the owner of Gita Press, and he has helped Prabhupada in this journey of Krishna consciousness, spreading it back in India, because as we know, when it started in Jhansi as a league of devotees, it did not succeed, and then he came to the West. And then when he went, after succeeding for 3 years in the West, then he went to India. So he was basically the bridge to making it to India. Like he was his first point of contact for getting the murtis, or he always used to ask him like, whom can I contact for uh, other things to be shipped, for the shipment to the West, like especially America. And also because he was from Gita Press, so he had the printing press. So whatever articles, whatever things were happening in the West, Prabhupada wanted those things to be printed. And because Gita Press always has got this, recognition in India, it's very authentic. And while Prabhupada was in Vrindavan, he had good contacts with Gita Press, Hanuman Prasad Poddarji. So whatever happened in the West, the good things, any article he would publish, so that people in India, they understand that Krishna consciousness message is spreading. Lord Chaitanya's mission, like spread in every town and village, that is spreading. So in this sentence, when he says that he has arrived in Calcutta, and from the pictures of the temples, so Prabhupada is now in Calcutta, and from the pictures that has been sent to Hanuman Prasad, so Prabhupada is able to see that whatever is going on in America, the temples and the devotees, he thinks it's going on very nicely. And then he no, sorry, I think it's in Paris. Sorry, my apologies. Normally whatever it was happening so I mentioned West, like whether it's in Germany, Paris, America, or UK, or wherever the mission was spreading, Prabhupada always made sure that it's glorified in the papers, newspapers and articles in India. And Prabhupada glorified that when you are engaged in fully devoted in service, then Maya does not act. She does not, Mahamaya does not get a chance, and it's always you are Krishna's other energy, which is the Yoga Maya. She always keeps connected to Krishna. And Krishna, and here Prabhupada says like a beautiful line: Krishna accepts equally the service given to him by little calf, and that is given by Srimati Radharani. So when Krishna was very young, we saw like how he used to take all the little calf till he was big enough to take the cows. He used to take them. So he used to, whatever we do in Krishna consciousness, Krishna has already demonstrated how life is to be led and how should be the mood. So Krishna, if he's expecting service from us, then he's showing himself. Like even as a child, he showed that, he was a son of a Nanda Maharaj, and then he didn't have to do it, but still he had so many cows and calves. But he started his life like with serving the calves initially. So he uh, Krishna accepts equally the service given to him by. So, and what happened, the calves, even they gave little service to him as well. I mean, whenever, and Krishna knew all the cows by their name, so they used to come whenever they used to call and play with them and have nice pastimes with them. And by Radharani, of course, Srimati Radharani, we don't, I am not even qualified to say anything about her. She's always engaged in her devotional service, and that's a internal pleasure potency. She's always engaged in service. And similarly, Krishna also being her, uh, mm, rather, Krishna also renders the equal service, like doing like in his intimate pastimes in the Ras Leela. Krishna used to decorate Radharani, used to do pada sevanam, and other service to Radharani, because Radharani and the Astashakis, they were always engaged in serving Krishna, so it was like reciprocating. So there was a beautiful, sweet pastimes. And similarly, Krishna is saying that we should, whatever, like when we are in a community, we should always be appreciative what the other disciples and the god brothers and the sisters they are doing, and uh, that should be the mood. Like, of course, if Krishna is engaging you, you should always engage. And Mataji nicely said, like, even the little squirrel in Ramayana, the monkeys were thinking that they are carrying the big boulders and the stones, and what is the squirrel doing? But even Lord Ram, like he touched the Hanuman, and that's why we see, sorry, not Hanuman, sorry, the squirrel, and we see the 3 marks on the squirrels in India. They were like, when they were caressed by Lord Ram, so we still see the marks. So that's Lord is even so much happy, like even whatever little service, like even they're taking little grains of sand, Lord is even happy with that. So here, and then Prabhupada says that in the temples, we see most of the temples, like even before they have, like, unless he has got proper pujaris and the entire system is established to have Radha Krishna deities, he makes sure that there is worship of Panchatattva and the acharyas, because they are the most merciful, and it's easier to start that way, and then slowly till the they come as murtis from India, and also they can start. So, and Prabhupada had this pledge of having 108 temples and bhakti centers. So in all the temples, his priority, even in if you see in manor, Bhaktivedanta manor, we have a big huge picture of Panchatattva and then Acharya's picture. So we are so fortunate that all these devotees who had this talent of serving, they painted this picture. So even before that, so it was like he was always a visionary. So because the pictures take these life size and bigger pictures, even more than 6 feet, these pictures, so they take a long time to do them. So even before the temples were established or done, Prabhupada made sure that they keep on going and the pictures keep on being painted, especially the Panchatattvas and the Acharyas, and so that once the temples are ready, they can be distributed to all the new temples. And this sentence is so important, that will be great service to our society. So why does he think, like, even, of course, if they have the talent to paint Radha and Krishna, like Jadurani and few other devotees had, but Panchatattvas are the most merciful. So how I mean, they served the Lord. We know that. So, and the acharyas, the Guru Parampara, the disciplic succession system. So he always made sure that they are always, his devotees are always glorified. So in that way. And then Prabhupada is again glorifying that the Sankirtan party is going nicely. So it's the main important business, as long as that was the main motto of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that all around the world, and we should pray to him that he should benedict us with greater service opportunity, that his Sankirtan movement is spread. So, whoever was able to carry on this Sankirtan movement party, that made Prabhupada very happy, because the temples were established, but not everybody knew about the temples and the new temples, because in Paris it was a new temple, and the location is very remote location in Paris. So not everybody would know about the temple, because it's a palace, basically statue. But when there's a Sankirtan movement on the streets and glorifying, singing the Harinam Sankirtan, then more people, even the passerbys, they would know that they will hear for the first time, and the seed, that's how it's spread, and then that will touch the soil and gets the root, and the Bhakti Lata beach will one day come out. So yeah, and uh, so yeah, that's basically the message. Prabhupada is glorifying Hari Vilas Prabhu. I mean, how he is spreading the movement in Paris, and uh, distributing the Harinam to as many as possible. That's my relation to Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautifully explained, inclusive of all the things in it, very minute activities, but properly and very nicely. Thank you so much. Okay, so that is from Shish. Any other comments? Any other devotees?
That was so beautifully explained. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for joining. Like, you are from Canada, Mataji?
I know,
Mataji?
I'm just here, not too far away
Oh,
from the manor.
okay,
But
okay. Oh, you were introduced by Indulekha Mataji. Oh, so so
yes,
my
yes,
apologies.
yes,
But
yes.
yeah, it's so nice that you could join. And Mataji had been writing glories about you in the Sangha, that you have got a good voice, you sing Kirtan and all that. So
But
maybe
that's
one
all
day.
I have. I don't know
Yeah,
much
that's
about
all,
anything.
Mataji. So it's that's the wonderful service, that you're able to sing to the Lord. Like, what more? If just the 6 syllables of Harinam we are able to spread, that's the best service. Rest of the service, like we know, we need for our purification, but to be able to sing for the Lord, we have Sham Prabhu here. He's always getting the service of singing in front of the Lord, glorifying the Lord, singing kirtans, and then going on the streets. So that's like, spreading. That was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to be, and every town and village. So that's how the mission spreads. Other service and the temple service, it's, of course, somebody has to carry on. So they go on, like, but glorifying the Lord is like by Kirtan. I mean, I wish I had the voice to sing for the Lord, but no, not that
Yeah, but
talented.
Indulekha Mataji was saying yesterday in another class, that you don't need the voice. You need, that power and that wanting to do something that would carry more than even having the voice, So, yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. Mataji is like, we are so fortunate to have Mataji,
Yeah,
because she's so senior, and then she answers our questions, and then
yeah.
she beautifully asks questions, and then she answers with her knowledge. So we are very blessed to have her. And then the devotee she's bringing to our Sangha, it's like adding to, like, each one of you are a
Yes,
jewel
yes,
to, like, precious
yes,
jewel to our
yes.
Sangha. So thank you for your
And
suggestion.
and me too. And I would like to meet you all up as well, maybe in the manor one day, maybe because yeah, it'd be nice to put a face to the names. Thank you.
Definitely, Mataji. Mostly, we go on Sunday, so yeah, whenever you're around.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow as well, so I'll
Oh yeah,
contact
we
you.
might
I'll
meet then. Yeah,
contact
but
you.
tomorrow will be very busy because of the Snan Yatra.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for kindly sharing your knowledge. Okay. Any other comments, dear devotees? Otherwise, we shall move to the next part of our that is Srimad Bhagavatam, Vaikuntha. Okay, so thank you so much. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got Bhagavad Gita Sangha at 7 p.m. That is our upcoming event. Okay, and the dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share, and also tomorrow Snana Yatra in the Mana is taking place, and the devotees are also mm, taking part in that one, and the Snana Yatra, bathing the deities, and also devotees engaged in the children's Dadan Jagannath Radha. To part, if you devotees, if you wanted to participate, so kindly contact Sanjita Mataji and family. So there is so many services available. Okay, so that is from the update side from me. And it was, if you have got any other things to share, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall move on to Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, we shall move to the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so we have been discussing in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a Vaikuntha descriptions, what has been happening in the Vaikuntha with Jaya and Vijaya, and then four Kumaras and the Lord, and then Goddess of Fortune along with the Lord, and Lord's entourage in the Vaikuntha. So in that last two chapters, like Vaikuntha description and how Jaya and Vijaya are cursed, everything is auspicious. There is nothing, no faults from anyone's side there. Everything is under desire of the Lord, whatever is happening. Okay, so this one, so in the last shloka, we have been discussing that Maisam Brahmayogena Nistirya Brahma Heranam Pratyeshatam Nikasham Me Kalen Alpiyasa Punaham. So after Lord has mentioned that to the Jaya and Vijaya, saying that you are going to take birth as the demons in the world, and then in due course of time you will be relieved from the Pratyesham Nikasham Me Kalen Alpiyasa Punaham. Nistirya Brahma Heranam. Nistirya Brahma Heranam. That is Brahma Heranam means by insulting the Brahmanas, just little bit of thing, that result of disobedience to the Brahmanas, that will be Nisteriya. You will be liberated from that kind of offense in due course of time. So, but you will be Maisam Brahma Yogena. That is by the practice of mystic yoga in anger. So that is Hiranyakshipu and Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Sisupala, Dantavakra, always they are envious towards Krishna. Maisam Brahma Yogena. That is also yoga, Sambrahma Yoga. In such a way, Pratyeshita Nikashame Kalena Alpiyasa Punaha, in due course of time, in short duration, Alpiyasa Punaha, in short duration of time, you will come back to me. And then after saying that, Lord has entered back into his palace. So in such a way, he instructed Jaya and Vijaya, now you leave. Bhagavan, Yatam Ma Vaishtu Astusham, all auspiciousness unto you, O Jaya and Vijaya. Now you leave from this Vaikuntha. Yatam, you leave from the Vaikuntha. Astusham, all auspiciousness unto you. So he says to, and this is already previously ordained by Goddess of Fortune, that you are going to leave this Vaikuntha planet. So in such a way, Lord has instructed Jaya and Vijaya, Bhastu Adishya Bhagavan. In such a way, giving directions to the Jaya and Vijaya, and then she has entered into his palace. That is, his this Vaikuntha opulences are Vimana Shreni Bhoshanam. Vimana Shreni Bhoshanam, always decorated with first class airplanes. Vaidurya Markata Hemamayihi Vimanayahi. This Vimana Shreni Bhoshanam, so many of these things. And here, Ahu Paramudam Apurvam Upetya Yoga. Mudam is all very happily. These four Kumaras, they have, as soon as they have entered the Vaikuntha planets, they are seeing so many beautiful airplanes in the sky. So many beautiful airplanes in the sky. So this one, it's been very long time that we have seen this Vaikuntha pictures. It is very beautiful pictures that we have seen here. Um, so in the Vaikuntha, so many airplanes are going here, above here, one airplane, there is one airplane. So they're small, small airplanes but there are, if you go like the four Kumaras inside, they have seen Apu Paramudam Apurna Upecha Yoga. There are like so much of happiness by looking at the um, airplanes. Vimana Shreni Bhoshanam, when we were children, we do not know about these things. Coming and touching the airplane, it is our dream. So nowadays, everyone are getting that opportunity. When the airplane is going in the sky, children come out from the home and then they just make lots of nice and call other children show that airplane. But for Kumaras in the Vaikuntha, they're all looking at and feel so much of happiness. So that is Vimana Shreni Bhoshanam. Sarvat Sayya Lakshmiya. It is exceeding all opulences of any other places. Sarvat Sayya Lakshmiya. Sarvat Sayya Lakshmiya. So this is in every respect, it is extensively opulent. Justam Swam Dishyam Avishet. Justam Swam. Um, and then this is bedecked with Justam Swam, his own. Dishyam is about Avishet, and the Lord has entered into his palace abode, his abode back. So this Vaikuntha palace, Vaikuntha contains all these kinds of opulences. Just okay. So likewise, in the last session we have seen. So today we are going to see further what has happened after Lord spoke to Jaya and Vijaya that to leave the Vaikuntha. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 16, verse number 33. तौ तु गीर्वाणवृषभौ दुस्तराद्धरिलोकतः हतश्रियो ब्रह्मशापाद् अभूतं विगतस्मयौ. तौ तु गीर्वाणवृषभौ. Tau tu, those two doorkeepers, Jaya and Vijaya, Tau tu, but this is Girvana Rushabhau, the best of the demigods. Girvana Rushabhau, Tau tu Girvana Rushabhau. Jaya and we are speaking, we are remembering their names means we can understand. Sunanda, Nanda, Jaya and Vijaya, Prabala, Arhana, associates of the Lord. They are close associates of the Lord. So wherever the temples we go, we see Jaya and Vijaya outside the door. Their door gods. Tautu Girvana Rushabhau, the best of the demigods. Dustarad Harilokataha. Dustarad Harilokataha. Unable to avoid. So there are Dustarataha, Dustarad. And to attain this Vaikuntha Lokas, it is not very that much easy. It is available for devotees. That is one angle. And also Dustarad, it is Brahmana's curse to the Jaya and Vijayas. That is also Dustarad, unable to be avoided. Now Lord instruction is also there. So now everything it has to go. Everything has to uh, happen. Like Jaya and Vijaya going into the earth, and then they will act as a Maisam Brahma Yogena, act as a enviousness towards Krishna. Dustarad Hari Lokataha. Now, from the abode of the Hari, they are going down. When they are going down, Hatashriyev, Hatashriyev, that is diminished by beauty and luster. Hatashriyev Brahma Shapad, from the curse of the Brahmana. They lost their luster, beauty and luster. Hatashriyev Brahma Shapad, Abhotam Vigatasmayo. Abhotam, they became Vigatasmayo, Moros. They became Moros. So separation from the Lord, it makes us Moros. Even for few moments, the thought itself, it brings this morosness. The thought itself. So this one we could see in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there are so many symptoms. There Rupa Goswami describes This is Sambhoga and also Vipralambha. Again, different kinds of rasas of the Sambhoga and Vipralambha. Just before meeting the beloved and just thinking that his beloved is going to be separated and thinking that his beloved is going to meet in the future and thinking that his beloved is going to come here. So many moods have been described very scrutinizingly, each and every status of our life that we pass through. But here, Vikarasmro, this is one of the moros, one of the status of the devotees, moroseness, that separation from the Lord. So this is the greatest danger. So forgetfulness or separation from the Lord is the greatest danger. But here, from the Jaya and the Vijaya perspective, they have asked the benediction that we do not want to forget the Lord at any point of time. Bhuya Bhuya Dhagoni Bhuya. So there he has mentioned they have Moha Bhavit there Moha. What is that shloka? So that one it is in the third. They do not want to forget about the Lord. Moha Bhavedu now Bhagat Smritigno. Mavonutapakalaye Bhagat Smritigno Moha Mohat Bhavotu now Rajito Ado Adaha. Wherever we go, we do not want to forget the Lord. Bhagat Smritigno Mavonutapakalaye. Likewise, they ask the benediction from the Brahmanas. It's not a benediction, but they pray. They pray that they do not want to forget the Lord. So this is how their desire is they do not want to forget. And the Brahmanas are saying that Lokanito Vrajitam Antarbhav Drishtya Lokanito. This is Vrajitam Antarbhav Drishtya Papi Yastaraya Ime Ripavo Asya Yatra. There are three material modes of nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. They are the enemies of the person. And you will be sending to that particular planet. That is now destined. That is Dustarad. That is now Dustarad. Brahmashapad. So they cannot be conned. But what they have not said is you will forget about the Lord. That they did not say. But this is forgetfulness is the dangerous condition of our life. Forgetfulness of the Lord. So now, anyway, this Jaya and Vijaya, so they're able to remember. Now they're falling down from the Vaikuntha by losing all their opulence. We get the Smayo, that is the Hatashriyo. This is beauty and luster. Tauta Girvanu Rishabhav Dustarad Hari Lokataha Hatashriyo Brahmashapad Abhotam Vigadasmayo. So this translation, can I request any devotees to read the translation, please?
Hare Krishna. Can I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. But those two gatekeepers, the best of the demigods, their beauty and luster, diminished by the curse of the Brahmanas, became morose and fell from Vaikuntha, the abode of the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So there is no purport for this shloka. Okay, so we shall move to the next shloka as well. So in such a way, whenever this Jaya and Vijaya going down from Vaikuntha Loka, everyone, all other residents of the Vaikuntha planets from their aeroplanes along with their concerts, sitting on their aeroplanes, and then they made so much of noise, ha-ha-karas. So Brahma is saying all this story to demigods. Demigods are sitting next to the Brahma. So this one is mentioned that Brahma is speaking all these things to demigods. Where is that picture? Yes, this is the one. So Brahma is speaking that one about the Supreme Lord in the Vaikuntha, and all demigods are sitting next to him. So Tada Vikunta Dishanat Nipata Manayoho. This is Tada Vikunta Dishnad तदा विकुण्ठदिशिना तयोः निपतमानयोः हाहाकारो महानासीत् विमानाग्रेषु पुत्रकाः. So this is tada Vikunta Deshanad. Then tada in such a way, Vikunta Vikunta Deshanad of the Supreme Lord, Deshanad from the abode of the Lord. Tada Vikunta Deshanad, Tayoho Nipatamana Yoho, Tayoho, those two, Jaya and Vijaya, Tayoho, as both of them, Nipatamana Yoho, they were falling from the Vaikunta. Nipatamana Yoho, what has happened during that time? Hahakaro Mahanasit. Hahakara, roaring in the disappointment. So whenever something happened in our, we also see this one, this in our experience. Likewise in the Vaikuntha also, we are all imitating the Vaikuntha people here in this material world. We do for the sake of materialistic things. But in the spiritual world, if it is happening, it's a different. In the material world, it is not required, but still people does it. It is a perverted reflection. When the airplane was going down in India in the Ahmedabad, so people were so much of disappointment. This is materialistic world, and so many people lost their lives, and so much of disappointment was there. Many people. This is material. Here, soul, there is no death for the soul. That is from a spiritual point of view. But here, the kintu antakas lulitat patitam vimana, kintu antakas lulitat patitam vimana. So this is Dhruv Maharaj says in his prayers that Sa Brahmani Swamahamanyapi Natama Bhot Kintu Antakasi Lulitat Patatam Vimana. And people who are engaged in something like Brahma Jyoti, Arusha Kruchena Param Param Tataha Patantyadaha Anadruta Yushmadangarayah, they fall down. That one he is comparing Kintu Antakasi Lulitat Patatam Vimana. In due course of time, like the aeroplanes lose their fuel and then fall down in due course of time or fail somewhere or other, they fall down. In such a way, people engage in whatever the process apart from the devotional service, they fall down. They have compared. That is Dhruv Maharaj's prayers. And here, when the Jaya and Vijay falling down from the Vaikuntha, of course, this is the order, this is the approved by the Lord, and all auspiciousness onto Jaya and Vijay also, it is predestined. So they are not going to be the sinful people. So there is a story. They are going to perform few pastimes on the earth. But still, as they are leaving the Vaikuntha, these people, residents of the Vaikuntha, they are making so much of noise. Ha ha karo mahanasit. Mahan. Mahan is the great disappointment, roaring in disappointment. Asit, it has occurred. Vimanagreshu putrakaha. And people there are the best of the airplanes. So other residents are likewise. We have seen these airplanes here. People are here, so many in their airplanes going by singing the glories of the Lord. When we are doing Sankirtana parties in the streets, they are also doing Sankirtana parties through their airplanes in the Vaikuntha. So that is Vaimanikaha Salalana Charitani Shashvat Gayanti Yatra Samalakshapanani Bhattuhu. So that way they are also doing Sankirtana parties in the Vaikuntha also in their aeroplanes. So when they have come to this incident, and then we're looking at Jaya and Vijay falling down from the Vaikuntha, and when we see in the temple, when the devotees come here and perform some devotional service and leaving after some time, blooped, something like Prabhupada disciples invented some new word, bloop, something like that. They say like that. Likewise, in the Vaikuntha, they're all making ha ha karu mahana sid vimana greshu putrakaha, or demigods. Likewise, Brahma is saying to demigods. In such a way, Jaya and Vijay fall down from the Vaikuntha into the earth. Okay, so can I request any devotee to read the translation, please?
Hare Krishna, Devalayarika.
Yes, Mataji.
Then as Jaya and Vijaya fled from the lost abode, a great roar of disappointment arose from all the demigods who were sitting in their splendid airplanes. Hare Krishna.
So there is no purport, Mataji. So likewise, Jaya and Vijaya blooped. From the Vaikuntha. Of course, they will come back after 3 lifetimes. Of course, here also, whoever has left the Sankhya ISKCON movement, they will come back. We have seen practically after some time, everyone are coming back in their last stages and realizing that Krishna brings them back again. This is Kalin Alpiyasa Punaha. They will come back in short duration of time. Okay, so that is the Dishloka. Tada Vikunta Dishina Tayoho Nipatamanayoho. Ha ha karu mahanasi vimana greshu putrakaha. So that's why when Krishna says, Asotyan Anvasochastam Prajnavadamsha Bhashase Gatasun Agatasuncha Nanusochinti Panditaha. One would no need to worry about anyone in this in anyone in this universe, because we have to only worry about in the devotional service, because there is no death for the soul. It doesn't matter whether he is in the material world or spiritual world, everywhere. But only thing is service is the necessary thing. This is what the Panditaha Gatasun Agatasumsha Nanu Sochinti Pandita. He will never worry about the people, about the dead or people who are living. What one has to worry about is the service of the Lord, devotional service of the Lord. It will bring everything. So, okay, so now here Jaya and Vijaya, they have fallen from the Vaikuntha Loka. So we shall move to the next shloka and then we will see, discuss further after this shloka. So now Brahma is saying to demigod that, so this Jaya and Vijaya, they have now entered into the womb of Diti Mata. Diti Mata is the wife of Kashyapa Prajapati. So Kashyapa and Diti, they have met in the inappropriate time in the evening times. So whenever during that time, Lord Shiva wanders around the world on his bull, having all these both the pishachas and everything, the inauspicious living entities there, it is inauspicious. So we should respect, we should not do any auspicious things to beget children or to perform any auspicious activities. We should not do in that particular time, Sandhya. एतस्यां साध्विसन्ध्यायां भगवान् भूतभावनः परितो भूतपरिषद्भिः वृष्णेनाटति भूतराट. Having all these bhutas around him, he is wandering around the world. So we should not meet. Kashyapa says to Diti, but Diti, she forces him. And then later on, he has met. So he just make a offer his obeisances unto the fate, and then he met with Diti. So after some time, now this Jaya and Vijaya are entering into the womb of Diti Mata, and because of that inauspicious time, the inauspicious elements of Lord Shiva who are behind the Lord Shivas, they're also taking that moment and then influencing in the inauspicious way for Jaya and Vijaya. So that's why how the Maisambhramba Yogena, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, they will come out. And Kashyapa says that these children are going to make so much of disturbance in this world, all doing against the Vedic injunctions. Then Diti Mata was worried, and then she has kept those two children in her womb for 100 years. In her womb for 100 years. So that is, after that, after she has kept 100 years, what has happened? The darkness spread all over the universe, and demigods, they have gone to Lord Brahma saying that, what is this? So if they have got any problem, immediately run to Brahma. Deva Deva Jagadataha Lokanada Shakamani Paresham Aparesham Tvam Bhutanam Asi Bhavavet. Oh my dear Lord, you know everything. Bhutanam Asi Bhavavet. Paresham Aparesham Tvam. You know about the people in this material world and also the spiritual world. And immediately they have gone, and Brahma now speaking to all the demigods like here. So do you know what has happened? In the Vaikuntha, once upon a time, my four Kumaras, they went to the Vaikuntha and to see the Lord. Tayakada Bhagavato Vaikuntha Syamalatmanaha Yuyur Vaikuntha Naliyam Sarvaloka Namaskritam and Artistam, Jagatam, Vanjam, Tad Vishnoho, Paramam Padam, all the demigods, everyone are desiring to go to that supreme abode of the Lord, Tad Vishnoho, Paramam Padam, which is worshipped by all the planetary systems, Artista, Jagatam, Vanjam. And then my children once there, and then Brahma started speaking all these things. And then now that Jaya and Vijaya entered into the womb of Diti, that is making the cause. Now it is everything happened on the desire of the Lord. Likewise, here now Brahma is saying to demigods now. तावेव हि यदुना प्राप्तौ पार्षदप्रवरौ हरेः दितेर्जठरनिर्विष्टं काश्वं तेजवल्भनम्. This is tavyeva hi adhuna praptau. Tau, that is tau, those two doorkeepers, eva certainly, tavyeva hi. Tavyeva hi adhuna praptau. Now they have been gotten, what they have gotten? Parshada Pravarau Harehe, those two associates of the Lord. Parshadau Pravarau, important associates of the Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now they have gotten into Dite Jatara Nirvishtam, Ditehe of Diti Mata, Jatara in the womb. Nirvishtam, they have entered into the womb of Diti Mata. Prapto, this is Prapto. तावेव हि अधुना प्राप्तौ पार्षदप्रवरौ हरेः दिते जठरा निर्विष्टं. They have entered into the womb of Diti, and by taking Kashvam Teja Ulbhanam. Kashvam Teja Ulbhanam. Tejaha is the semen, Ulbhanam is very strong. This is Kashyapa is the great sage. He performs all the studies and penances all the time. So that's why this is when the living entity enters into the womb of the mother, it takes the shelter of the semen of the father. कर्मण दैवनेत्रेण जन्तुः देह उपपत्तये स्त्रियः प्रविष्टवधरम् पुंसः रेतः कणाश्रयः पुंसः रेतः कणाश्रयः. They take the shelter of the semen and enter into the womb. And this one again, the semen, how the semen is, it is described in the Bhagavad Gita that it is whenever a man eats the grains, and then these grains, this energy is converting into the semen. These grains are the coming from all kinds of crops, and the crops these grow based on the rain, and rains come from the clouds, from the spiritual planets, and there again people previously who have done all the pious activities, they enjoy the heavenly planets, and once they run out of the all pious credits, they will come down from the heavenly planets by taking these clouds shelter, and then they will come through the rains. Again, these rains, they will be transforming into the grains, and grains are eaten by the human, and human is once the man eats the grains, it will turn into the semen. Semen is now entering into the womb of a mother. Striyah pravistavudharam pumsamretah kanashriyah. Now Jaya and Vijaya, by their taking the Kashipam Tejavulbhanam, they taking the shelter of the Kashipa's semen and enter into the womb of Diti. They are very strong. Ulbhanam, Teja Ulbhanam, Kashvam Tej Ulbhanam. They have entered into the womb of Diti. See, this is Brahma is saying like that. So Tavevai he aduna prapto parshada pravrau harehe dite jatara nirvishtam kashvam tej ulbhanam. Yes, can I request other devotee to read this translation and purport, please? Sanjita Mataji, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna. Translation. Lord Brahma continued, these two principal doorkeepers of the personality of Godhead have now entered the womb of Diti, the powerful semen of Kashyapa Muni having covered them. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Here is clear proof of how a living entity coming originally from the Vaikuntha Loka is encaged in material elements. The living entity takes shelter within the semen of the father, which is inducted within the womb of a mother, and with the help of the mother's emulsified ovum, the living entity grows a particular type of body. In this connection, it is to be remembered that the mind of Kashyapa Muni was not in order when he conceived the two sons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Therefore, the semen he discharged was simultaneously extremely powerful and mixed with the quality of anger. It is to be concluded that while conceiving a child, one's mind must be very sober and devotional. For this purpose, Garbhadhana Samskara is recommended in the Vedic scripture. If the mind of the father is not sober, the semen discharge will not be very good. Thus, the living entity wrapped in the matter produced from the father and mother will be demoniac like Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. The condition of conceptions are to be carefully studied. This is a very great science. Hare Krishna Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jaya. Thank you, Mataji. So here, this purport is Prabhupada is describing this is clear proof of how a living entity coming originally from Vaikuntha is engaged in the material elements. So after taking Jantuhu Dehu Ubhavataye, Striyaha Pravishtabadharam, Pumsam Retaha Kanashriyaha. After taking that one, Ekam tu Kalalam tu Ekaratrena, Pancharatrena Budbudam, Dasaihen tu Kartanduhu, Pesendam Vatataha Param. So in the first night, it is just entering Kalalam tu Ekaratren, just mixing with the that egg cell and this the semen. So they both mixed together. Kalalam tu Ekaratrena, Pancharatrena Budbudam. On the fifth night, that will turn into the Budbuda, a little bubble. Pancharatrin Budbudam. Dasahena tu Karkanduhu. On the 10th, on the 10th day, Karkanduhu, just like a berry, small berry, it grows that much big. Pesyam Dhamba Tataha Param. And then after that, it will be Pesyandam. That is emulsified Andam. Andam is it grows further and further, and it describes in the Srimad Bhagavatam, then the I think it is chapter 30 of third canto itself. There the Lord Kapil Bhagavan describes the living unit, how it develops, and in the second month. The second month it grows like the hands and legs, hands and legs, and then the skin, and then the bones, and then the nails, and then the holes, the 9 holes, Navarandras, they form in the body of the baby. So there, so Mate into Sirodbhabhyam Bahu Angri Adi Anga Vigraha. Nakalo Mati Charmani Linga Chidrudbhav Stribihi. Third month, this Navarandras form. Linga Chidrubhava Tribihi. Tribihi is the third month. And fourth month, Chaturbihi Datavaha Sapta Panchibihi Kshut Udbhavaha. And its fourth month, Dhatavaha, Saptadhatus, they form in the fourth month. And fifth month, Panchabihi Kshut Trud Udbhavaha. That is, hunger and thirst start in the fifth month. And the sixth month, Shadbhir Jarayana Vitaha Kukshav Brahmiti Dakshane. Shadbihi in the sixth month, Shadbihi Jaravayuna. So, sorry, Jarayuna. The Jarayuna is like a growing, that kind of air. Jarayu. So, Vitaha Kuksho Brahmati Dakshine. And the baby starts moving. This is called Sutivata air in the womb of a mother. That one, that air, it moves the baby in the sixth month. Kuksho Brahmati Dakshine. Towards the Dakshina, towards the right side, the baby starts moving. And then the baby, because of the hunger and thirst, chud trud udbhavaha, that is in starting from the 5th month. And then whatever mother eats, and the baby takes that food, when a mother, whatever mother takes, that will be converted into energy. That energy is going into the baby's womb straight away. मातुः जग्द अन्नपानाद्यैः एतद्धातुः असम्मते सेते विन्मूत्र योर्घत्ते स जन्तुः संभवे. So Matuhu Jagda Annapanadhyaihi. So whatever mother eats, and then like Anna Pana Adhyehi, and then he takes that one in the womb. That way he is maintained by the mother. And then he fall into Etad Dhatuhu Asammate. He is just in the womb of the mother. Dhatuhu Asammate. Asammate is like a not a proper place to live, but still he was put up into that condition. Etad Dhatuhu Asammate. Setuhu Sete Vidmutra Yorghatte. He fall into the urine and stool puddle. Sete Vidmutra Yorghatte. Gatta is the puddle. In the puddle of stool and urine. Jantuhu Jantu Sambhave. That is the place where this Jantu is the baby that is fall into that condition, and also Jantuhu Jantu Sambhave. There, that place is also place for the other germs also born out of that abominable place. That is what Asammate means. Jantuhu Jantu Sambhave. That's why the worms also born there. They're also called brothers of the baby, brothers of the baby. Later on, those take the shelter of the delicate body of a baby. Krumibhi khyata sarvangaha sokumaryat pratikshanam mocham apnot urikleshaha tatra teihi chuditeihi muhuhu. Here, baby is hunger in the 5th month onwards. Not only the baby, the worms are also very hungry there. They also take the shelter of the baby's very delicate body and they will bite him. Bite his delicate body. Krumibhi chata sarvangaha. They will bite all parts of his body. Saukumaryat pratikshanam. Every moment they will bite. They are also feeling hungry. They wanted to eat this baby's delicate body. And they will just bite a tiny bit on the skin. That's why we may see red spots when the babies are born. Sometimes if they are not bitten, his body is plain and clean. If they are bitten, we would see some red spots on top of the body. And then because of that thing, mocham apnoti, the baby is he will fall unconscious number of times. Mocham apnoti urukleshaha. So much of painful condition for the baby. Urukleshaha. Uru is the very great. Kleshaha is the pains. Mocham apnoti urukleshaha. Tatra teihi chuditeihi muhuhu. Again and again, he will be just feeling that kind of torture. If we are bitten by some kind of mosquito or some ant, we feel some kind of pain for few moments and then we will tolerate that one. But there he cannot escape. These insects, they keep on biting him again and again. This is Uruklesha. It is very greater. He cannot escape. He cannot protect himself. He does not have any other way. And he cannot even kill them. Here, if it is us, if mosquito is coming and biting us, immediately kill. That mosquito does not live even a second after that, if you observe that. And if you are a bit negligent and mosquito is intelligent, it will escape. But here, baby is not able to protect himself. That's why mocham apnuti urukleshaha. He fall unconscious every moment, going through all kinds of things. Not only these pains, again, कटु तीक्ष्ण उष्ण लवण रूक्ष आम्लाद्भिः उल्बणैः मातृभुक्तैः उपसृष्टः सर्वांग उत्थित वेदनः. The mother eats all kinds of spicy foods. Oh my God! So this is hot and then cold and bitter and sour and dry foods and so much of salty, so much of sharp taste foods and salty, this kind of spicy foods mother eats because of her taste. And all what happens? Matru upasprustah. And then all these tastes are going into the baby, delicate baby in the womb. And the baby has to tolerate all these kind of things. Sarvango Uttita Vedanaha. Again, he feels so much of pains by eating the mother different kinds of food habits. That's why a learned mothers always give a bland foods to the mothers. Bland foods, not too much salty, not too much spices, and all these things. A plain foods. We have seen mothers are giving such kind of foods to the pregnant women. Okay, so that food needs to be always satvika ahara, as Krishna says, like um, the very beautiful shloka in the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. They're all snigdaha, rasyaha, snigdaha, stirahujja, aharaha, satvika priyaha. So there are satvika ahara. One has to give satvika ahara to the mother's pregnant women. Okay, so we went a different way. The living and take shelter within the semen of a father, which is injected within the womb of the mother, and with the help of the mother's emulsified ovum, the living entity grows a particular type of body. In this connection, it is to be remembered that the mind of Kashyapa Muni was not in order when he conceived the two sons. So because of his austerities and penances, those are very powerful semen. And then no, but his mind was in the right order. That's why Hiranyakshipu and Hiranyaksha, they were born and with a bad qualities. Bad qualities in the sense, of course, they also studied all the Vedas, but they have misused for their sense gratification. But because of Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Machara, even they studied, they could not conquer uh, this Arishad Vargas. So therefore, the semen he discharged was simultaneously extremely powerful and mixed with the quality of anger. So it is to be concluded that while conceiving a child, one's mind must be very sober and devotional. So this is it is our devotees, pregnant mother, and before that there is a Garbhadan Samskara. And the other day we have also shared the post in the WhatsApp group how to have sex mm, with the right consciousness. And also we have to follow the regulations and rules and regulations, how to, and also not to come in contact with the woman for next 16 months. Once a child is conceived, and then he does not come to women in contact for next 16 months. So that the children will be begotten with right consciousness. For this purpose, this Garbhadana Samskara is recommended in the Vedic scriptures. If the mind of the father is not sober, the semen discharge will not be very good. Thus, the living entity wrapped in the matter produced from the father and mother will be demoniac like Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. The conditions of conceptions are to be carefully studied. This is a very great science. So, before we begot children, we didn't have this kind of knowledge. Now, when we are experiencing the problems, why children are having these problems, that physical problems, mental problems, bad habits, and also the entire family is getting disturbed. Mother getting disturbed, mother along with mother, father also get disturbed. Everything is no peace of mind. And finally, we come to Krishna at the end. By the time all things have happened. So if you have got Krishna conscious knowledge in the beforehand, then in the right consciousness, then we would have gotten nice children under the home like a Vaikuntha. Of course, that is from the beginning of our life, it is a Vaikuntha. Ye admitta nimittena dharmen aradayin harim. All entire family is like a Vasantyatra Purushaha Sarve Vaikuntha Muttayaha Ye admitta nimittena dharmen aradayan harim. Naturally, everyone are worshipping the Lord in the home. That is Vaikuntha. Otherwise, we would see different kinds of consciousness in the home. Okay, likewise, Prabhupada is describing. I request dear devotees kindly share your knowledge. So it is your turn to take and share your knowledge and ask questions. Hare Krishna. So this is three shlokas. So this Jaya and Vijaya, so they are now asked by the Lord, and then they have to leave the Vaikuntha. They have come down to this Vaikuntha, to the material world, and Brahma is saying that to the demigods, and then when the Jaya and Vijaya are falling down from the Vaikuntha, everyone are making so much of noises, and now those Jaya and Vijaya are entered into the womb of Diti. So, dear devotees, if you have got any questions, kindly ask, or you wanted to share anything, kindly share. It is your turn for devotees. You speak, and we all relish. Hare Krishna. Usha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Jai.
You know the reference, the Jai Vijaya, when they came down, they fell down. They came back as Ravana,
Yes.
and when Ravana was saying the name of Ram, because he was also meditating on Ram, but that's my understanding. But it was not done in the mode of goodness, it was done in the mode of ignorance. So that's why I think he got liberated. Is that correct? But the mode he was thinking of Ram all the time was always in anger and envy and jealousy and all that. Is
Yes.
that what it is?
Yes. Because he is Mai Sambhrambha Yogena. Ravanasura, he was also remembering the Lord. And Vibhishana, so we used to hear that Vibhishana, he used to write Rama on the walls of his home. And then whenever Ravana asked, oh, Ra for Ravana, Ma for Mandodari, something like that. But actually, his meaning was Ramachandra. And then, but Ravanasura, he is a bit envious towards Rama as well. Of course, not actually, but in the matter of the Sita, and because when Rama has come there to annihilate Ravanasura. So because of this is my Sambhrambha Yogena, Sambhrambha Yoga, remembering the Lord in the anger. So by that one, Kama Dveshat, Bhayat Dveshat, Yata Bhakteshware Manaha. So Yata Bhakteshware Manaha, Tadagam Hitva Tadgatin Gata, Bahavaha Tadgatin Gataha. So many people, either it is Kama, by the desire, Dveshat, by the hatredness or angry, Dveshad, Dveshad, Kamad, Krodh, Snehad, even the friendship, Bhayat, Dveshad, so many things. In water, but one has to come in contact. Remember the Lord in all times. In such a way, one will be purified. So Ravanasura, he did not have any. So here, Hiranyakshapu, Hiranyaksha, Ravanasura, Kumbhakarna, Sisupala, and Dantavakra, they did not have any previous karmic actions and reactions. Because they are Jaya and Vijaya. They are coming from the Vaikuntha. They are not like ordinary souls. They did not have any karmic reactions. As soon as the 3 lives are done, they are going back. They do not carry out their karmic reactions like that. In all these times, Lord is personally annihilating them. So this is again Diti Mata was mentioning. Vadam Sakshat Bhagavato Sunabhu Udara Bahuna. Sunabha Udara Bahuna. Lord is very magnanimous that he is personally going to kill my children. Likewise, Diti Mata was very happy when she was speaking to Kashyapa Prajapati. So here, Ravanasura is remembering the Lord all the time, but he was purified. But that was completely done when Rama killed Ravanasura. But he did not carry any karmic reactions with him.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, in this context, the pastimes that we know, or the general story about Ramayana, we see that Ravanasura, he remembered Ram, though in a not good way, he's, he was, the Brahmanas, they cursed him in a way that they will not forget. I mean, they'll have the remembrance, whether it's anger or good way or bad way. But Hiranyakashipu, we know that he used to get angry when Prahlad Maharaj used to say his name and pray and all that. But about Kumbhakarna, do you have any pastimes where we know that he remembered Lord in a way? I mean, I don't know. I haven't come across. I'm asking Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So Kumbhakarna is the younger brother of Ravanasura, and he has got a gigantic body, and he also like Ravanasura, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana, Surpanaka. So they have performed tapasya to please Brahma and ask benedictions. And Ravanasura succeeded and he got benedictions from Brahma. And Ravanasura brother Kumbhakarna, he also succeeded in his austerities and penances and then asked benedictions from Brahma. They're all great grandchildren of Brahma only. So their father is uh, I think Vishravana is their father, and Vishravana is the son of Pulastya Rishi. Pulastya Rishi is the son of Brahma. So in such a way, it is very near relationship to the Brahma. So they all got benedictions from Lord Brahma. And with Kumbhakarna, when he was asked, but his body is huge. His body was huge. And then Ravanasara's benedictions itself, they're fearful to the demigods. Ravanasara asked such a kind of benedictions. Later on, Kumbhakarna, again, demigods are very worried what this person is going to ask benedictions from Lord Brahma. And these demigods, they have made the consciousness of Kumbhakarna to ask benediction so that he will eat 6 months and he will eat 6 months. Eat 6 months and sleep 6 months. Likewise, all his life will be only in the eating and sleeping. So that was the demigods made the person that Kumbhakarna to ask such kind of benediction. And Brahma says, yes, Tatasu, you will have that one. And later on, Kumbhakarna was a bit puzzled. Oh my God, I think, what have I asked? Though I have performed all these things, I think it is the plan of demigods and he can't do anything. But later on, because of that, he has to go through sleeping and eating and sleeping like that. But later on, in the pastime of this abducting Sita Mata by Ravanasura, uh, so it was the time. Now, it was come to Kumbhakarna's attention that whatever his brother has done, it is not the right thing. It is not the right thing. And also, Kumbhakarna also mentioned to Ravanasura, you just return Sita back. And then, after understanding that Ravanasura did not have any plans to return, then my brother, even though whatever we have done, it is not right. And he also condemns Ravanasura activities. But finally, because you're my elder brother, because to please you, I will do this one. I will go and fight with Ramachandra. Do not worry, oh Ravanasura, my brother, I'll go and fight with Rama. And then he will comes with a gigantic body. And then there, because he was woke up in the mid of sleep, he did not take, of course, his activities are eating or sleeping only. And then, so later on, he was annihilated by Ramachandra. But we do not see he has engaged in very abominable activities like Ravanasura. But we could hear little bit of wisdom when he speak. Though he was born out of the demonic qualities, but he has performed all the austerities and he asked benedictions, and then rest of his life is in the sleeping and eating. But during that time, he was also as part of demoniac. He used to demons quality of demons is eating the humans as well. So such kind of things takes place. If anyone are envious of these demons, they will just kill them and then fry them in the next kitchen. When Ravanasura was also mentioning to Sita Mata that if you do not agree, and then you will become like a meal in the plate in the next day morning, something like that. And that is the demonic nature. That is natural quality of demons. That is a little bit we hear about Kumbhakarna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah, no, that's what, we haven't, I was wondering. Thank you for Prabhu speaking on that. We only hear a little because I think most of his time, his year went eating and sleeping. So he was not even not as angry and always thinking. And it was, I think once we heard a nice pastime, like when they were asking, you mentioned that, like when they were asking for benedictions to Brahma, and he knew that this, immortality they should not get, and how he asked Goddess Saraswati to be on their tongue. So that I think there are a few shlokas on that, but of course I don't remember them. I think it's very nicely said. I mean, he was meaning to ask, Ravanasura was meaning to ask something, and Ma Saraswati, she made it say something else, and same with Kumbhakarna also. So there are exact shlokas for those things also. So yeah, that's a nice pastime, and how Lord puzzled, of course, they can go as far, these demoniac personalities. Even Hiranyakashipu, he had so much plans that nobody, can kill him for asking for immortality in clever way. But when we hear these pastimes and relish that, Lord has even greater intelligence. No matter how much you can ask, Lord still will find ways to just find out, beautifully. We see it in the Hiranyakashipu pastime, how he was killed. I mean, by Narasimhadev, and at dusk and at the threshold of the door coming out of the pillar. So yeah, I mean, so beautiful. I mean, the whole entire pastime. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions? Meena Mataji, Gauringi Mataji.
Hare Krishna. No, just was listening.
Amen.
No problem, Jaya.
Like we had a sloka, like one sloka. So I went to the temple. I didn't realize.
You are in temple, Mataji?
No, I was saying that you said last week we do the sloka, which chapter we have finished. So I was like temple. I don't know whether we have done or not today. The last chapter.
So this is we are discussing that this is Saturday morning,
No,
Bhagavatam.
normally, once we finish the chapter, we do this whole chapter, Sanskrit and
Oh yeah. Apologies, Mataji. I forgot to send a message in the group to allocate the devotees for the recitation.
No, I thought maybe you done like last Saturday you mentioned, because that's what I missed it, because I was just temple. So, but anyway, so maybe next week.
Yeah, we shall do the next Saturday. So just I need to just pick up with the things. Many things are there stacked up. Yes, Mataji. We shall recite next Saturday if it is okay with all Matajis.
Yes, Prabhu, it's all right. And maybe it's Lord's pastime, Mataji, Meena Mataji, because you could not be there. So he didn't want you to miss reciting the shlokas. So that's why he has given a bit of forgetfulness to Amoga Prabhu. That's why you can just
Yeah, probably they want me to
connect that.
go to recite as well. Yeah,
Yeah, last week Sanchita Mataji.
was not there. That's why we forget again.
Yeah, we had to go to temple. This, we're making this Rath for Lord Jagannath for the Krishna class, 3 Rath this time. So weekends are a bit busy. Today we'll be starting in the afternoon. So this few weekends are a bit busy. I mean, last Saturday, Prabhavati Mataji had given me Kirtan service. So I just came for the Kirtan and then again off. So somehow juggling between services. But yeah, life goes on like that. Yes, after the Snani Yatra, we will be continuing making the Rath Jagan. So yeah, Mataji's, if this is for Krishna class, Krishna club, for the children. But if you're around, you can join, which is on the next Sunday, not this one. This is Snani Yatra. Actual Rath Yatra is on 20th July in London's Trafalgar Square. But in manner, since last 3 years, this is the third year we are doing Rath Yatra for the children. So till last year we had one Rath, but there are so many children messages spreading and so many children and parents they are coming. So we have one devotee, Raj Prabhu. He has got this. He works in IT, but he has got good knowledge of carpentry. So Lord has engaged him. Jagannath has engaged him in nice devotional service. So he had made the wheels. He's making the structure, and then he's in the house for a month, and then he's bought the thing in the temple. So the Goshala, we are trying to do bit of the last bits like decoration, assembly. Then today, if you finish assembly, then tomorrow painting, and then rest. So if you're around, if you want to help, please come. I think we'll be there around till 7 at least. I don't know, but could be more if work is not finished. So from the afternoon, from 1:30 like that. So yeah, tomorrow also we'll be there because tomorrow it has to be finished because next Saturday we'll be doing the decoration. So yeah.
Actually, Rath Yatra is next Sunday.
No problem, Mataji. So actual Rath Yatra is on 20th.
No. I understand that is for Central London, but for here,
Yeah. The Krishna class. So Krishna class, the last day of their it goes according to the academic year. So as the academic year finishes, the Krishna club also finishes for the whole summer because the devotees get busy with Janmashtami preparation and all. So the last day of the term is next Sunday. So next Sunday, initially they have like assembly and then some drama on Jagannath pastime, and then after that from 11 till 12, slowly the Rath is pulled. Then we have Harinam, and we stop at few points. Like it's only a small journey, Mataji, from the Haveli courtyard till the Goshala back the barn.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, so so we stop in between for a few places, and then go slowly. So 1 hour in that, and then some kirtan, and then prasadam, picnic. Like devotees bring prasadam, and then some bouncy castle. Like, this is like end of term, end of the year, kind of festival arranged for the children. So normally. Tomorrow we'll be doing Snan Yatra, and then normally it's 2 weeks, like after Snan Yatra and the Jagannath going for not well, but for Krishna class it's only 1 week. So yeah, because we don't have so much time. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Understand. Yeah, and Krishna, Avanti school also they do same thing. When my son was there, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if you're around, you can join next week for the Rath Yatra. It'll be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like you said, for help, so it's after Snan Yatra, need help?
Yeah, after
Okay.
Snan Yatra also we'll be doing, and today also we'll be doing. So our Snan Yatra will finish at 11, 8 to 11 tomorrow. And after that we'll go to the Goshala. But I don't know which time, Mataji. It could be 1 also, because then we want to bathe the Soho actual Jagannath also. And there's a big queue, very big queue. So nobody gets any preference. It's like 1 hour, 1.5 hours wait. So I don't know when we'll finish bathing Jagannath and then go for service. So it's a bit not sure. Yeah. So what time we'll go? Maybe around 12 or half 12 or 1, but not sure, Mataji, around. But if you're around, you can call and then come for service. If something is.
All right. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, and this coming back to the shlokas, in the last purport, it says like how, when you, not the puppet, while you were explaining that we didn't know all that, and some people have so much of, so not people expecting mothers have so much of craving. Some people eat so much sweet, some people chili, I mean hot food, and then bitter food, sour food, and so much every trimester, like every 3 months, they have got different cravings. And I've seen, though I didn't have anything as such, but I used to see other mothers that they like, and then when we do, that time we don't know, we don't have the knowledge. Now we are into a bit of into Krishna consciousness, trying to understand that the child, whether the baby in the womb, whether they like it or not, they have to tolerate that. The mother is might be liking too much bitter food or sour food, but the baby, normally even when they're born till 6 months, only milk. Or they start with rice and banana and sweet things, not with bitter things. But we, because we are in the mode of ignorance, now we can connect that. We don't understand that, uh, as Prabhu mentioned, that in experienced mother, they give sattvic food to their daughters, expecting daughters that balanced food is so good. Even bland food is so good, because ultimately it will go through the umbilical cord to the child. But we see the practice like as a common practice that okay, whatever you want to eat, too many, some people eat too many chocolates. Night time they'll get up and keep chocolates. I've heard like from friends and all, chocolate bedside, by the bedside, and they start eating chocolate middle of the night. So all this nonsensical thing, if we can say. But this, we only, if we are into Krishna consciousness, if we only had the education, the knowledge, then it's good for the child also, because of course it will affect the child. Some people, some children, they're born so much temper. Some people, they, I mean, some, it affects the children in so much way. So food is such important, because that is the only nourishment. And I did not know about the worms, Prabhu, as you mentioned in the shloka, so that they get bitten also. Yeah, we see the red spot, but never knew that they are, uh, people think, oh, they're all red and pink and nice, beautiful, but you can't associate that. Has been bitten by worms also, like so much just to take birth in this like material world, and then more, because all our prarabdhas, all our anarthas, and all coming out, going and coming. This people enjoy for 70, 80 years. They can't even enjoy it till so long. But the coming process and the going process, both are so painful. So, but we forget, and then Maya immediately catches, and then mm, we keep engaged in this material world. Dukhalam, only, this, when we are in trouble, then we think that it's Dukhalam Ashashwatam. And we are in some material happiness, then, oh, this world is beautiful, this is one life, enjoy and all that. But so in our prayers, we have to deeply ask for devotional service, so that Lord, we can, uh, because we, of course, this world is a perverted version, as the upside down banyan tree. Whatever is in the spiritual world, what Prabhu was saying, the banyan tree, sorry, the plane, the um, aeroplanes, and Prabhu nicely analyzed, like with when the plane was coming down in Ahmedabad, people were roaring and crying, and similarly, when Jaya and Vijaya were coming down, everybody was roaring in disappointment. So this is like so much similar. So Lord has showed, like, how much he has, like how he has served Sudama, being the king, he's being being Dwarkadish, he served Sudama, like, serving the lotus feet of his devotees, and all the pastimes of all the different acharyas. We see how the Lord comes and serve them for um, Tota Gopinath. We see Lord sat down for who was it?
Gadadhar.
Gadadhar. Yes, Mataji. I was just thinking. I don't know why the Govinda name. Gadadhar Pandit. Yeah, yeah. So this is also like material contaminated brain. Uh, I can remember it's in Panchatattva, but I cannot remember the name at that moment. So this is affecting us so much. Yeah. So yeah, Gadadhar Pandit, and he sat down for him, and then Madhavacharya, like for him, Madhavendra Puri, I think he got the Khichura Gopinath, he got kheer for them, and so many people. And for Gopal Bhatt Goswami, he came out of the Shaligram Sila. So much pastimes, like just serving the devotee. So Lord is showing that, I mean, as much as you come to me, I'll also reciprocate accordingly. And in all these, be even as a child, I mean, how he has demonstrated, like all the Vrindavan pastimes, lifting up Govardhan, helping the Vrajavasis, guiding that don't do demigod worship like Indra, worship Govardhan instead. And Kalia, I mean, he was still showing mercy, like, he did not kill Kalia because his wives, they wanted to be just spared. So, and then providing so much opulent water, the 16,108 wives, and we see he provided, still providing service, like whatever the wives wanted, he provided. Different palace, separate, like they want to be there separately as husband, he's there, and then the gopis, the lover he wanted, and the gopis wanted him as a lover, so he provided service, like individually rasa dance, he's there. So all the time Lord is providing service, like, so that should be the mood, like we should be, so that Maya does not enter our life. Otherwise it's good time, bad time. I mean, that's why I was yesterday, that day I was asking, like, how no matter how much we try to do a karma, we still, some kind of interaction we still going on, and then we cannot keep track of our karmas, and then keep on committing karmic reaction will still keep on coming. And whether, like, we are able to remember Lord, that main thing is able to remember Lord, but that exercise of doing that through this material world is so difficult. In ecstasy, in when we happy things happening in the family, we forget that, yeah, we think it's our children's achievement, we are doing it, nothing. If we can everything connect to Krishna and Krishna Arpanam, that remembrance, that is the most important thing. Good time, bad time, and then it'll just pass. This use the most of a material body to uh, make the most of it in Lord's service. And even while we are in Grihastha, of course, he wanted us, whatever for karma we have got this Grihastha life. So serve the Lord in whatever capacity, whatever talent, whatever thing Lord has provided, in whatever way. Yeah, we feel fortunate to be able to do a little bit. But still, it took so many years of already accumulated karma we have. So getting rid of that is not so easy. So yeah, these thoughts come to mind, and how to navigate. And not only us, it's selfish to just only think about us, the family. If you're in responsible to the family, then it's our responsibility how to navigate them to that is the most, I mean, we can be selfish and only think about ourselves, but navigating the ones associated with us is the most difficult, the most challenging. And there we do get, like, many things, get angry, doing with the children, and maybe not able to always do karma in the akarma mode. I mean, it ups and downs. It's that keeping track of that is so difficult. Sorry, Prabhu, just a bit overwhelmed with my realization. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful, Mataji. So very nice reflection.
Very
Yeah.
nicely explained. Yeah, even though like in a child in the womb of mother at that time, he pray God, isn't it? To, like he will do everything, he will worship and this and that. I know afterwards he forget when he take birth, but at the time he also pray like a child
Yeah.
until like few months, even though after born, he has some remembrance of God and.
Yes, Mataji, very true. Yeah.
Because that also shows that how difficult being in mother wombs and like, yeah, but then once you come in the material life, just forget.
So that's why we need to remember. Thank you, Mataji. David, Mataji, wanted to add anything, Mataji?
No, I've got nothing to add. It's so lovely, nicely explained by all of you. No, I think we know all this, but yet it's nice to be explained again and again. And what Mataji said about the family and navigating them, I find that I'm going through that at the moment, and it's very difficult, especially when there is only just one in the whole family. It helps if there are like 2 or 3 people in the family who have got the same sort of goals and journey. But when there is just one to start with, to bring other people also, it's a bit difficult. Yeah, that's why also that I sometimes don't attend that many classes. I try want to, but I sometimes don't. I have to try and balance everything. So yeah, that's the difficult bit what Mataji said. Thank you.
Yes, Mataji, thank you for echoing my thoughts. Yeah, that's why I also cannot attend. Balancing is very important. Otherwise, it backfires because sometimes I see in the temple, parents, both of them are initiated. They are very much into Krishna consciousness, like for many years, good Guru Maharaj and all that. But if you look at their children, they're so unhappy. They're never smiling. They're angry. Like when suppose we are talking, yeah, and the children are sitting there. There's so much anger. I mean, frustration within them, because what happens is they're so much engaged in service themselves, the parents. They're thinking like, I have to do 16 rounds, I have to do so much service. And once you're initiated, then like for us, whether we do service, we don't do, we do because Lord give a service, but it's not compulsory. Sometimes if I don't get a chance, I can, if I go on holiday, I don't do service for 2 months. If I come back, I might not do service. But not, telling about me, but like other people. But when you once you initiated, there's a big commitment that you have to always and do the service you have been allocated, like morning service, afternoon, evening, whatever is allocated. So in that, what happens is, if you look at their children, I very closely watch those children. What happens is they they're not happy. Not all of them, but many, I would say, around the manner what I've seen, they're not happy because parents are always. My daughter's friends also. From 7 o'clock they come to service, and 7 a.m. in the morning and 7 a.m. 7 p.m. in the evening, or 12 hour service they're doing, all different. And it's the children, they go around the temple, walk on their phone, do that, do this, sometimes being mean, sometimes being nasty. So they are not looked after. Of course, I'm not saying that the whole week the parents don't look after them. Of course they do. They give good education, food and everything. But balance, as you mentioned, Mataji, it's very important. If just for our own upliftment, if we do so much service and not engage the children, they are frustrated. So what happens is, when they engage with their friends, like Purbasha's friends, they're sometimes mean to her because we don't stay in the manor for so long. We few hours done and then go and do material life balance also, which is very very important. So what happens next time she goes? These girls, they don't talk to her for 1 or 2 hours. They think, oh, she's not there in a gang for um, 12 hours. She's not hanging around with us. So they, and then after some time, if Prabhasha is doing some service, they will come and then join and all that. So I've seen all this. The next gen, our children's generation. If we don't balance our service, Lord is not asking that give me 12 hours. He's not asking that. If He has given us grihastha life, if we for whatever reason the children have got our wombs and they're born out of us, then it's our responsibility to either engage them or be with them. Even if they're doing material things, be with them. So it's not that 12 hours I'm doing service, Monday to Friday, both parents are working, and then the rest they're doing service. When do you get to spend time with children? They are going around like I feel pity on those children, girls, and they have behavioral issues, they're mean, teenagers especially, they need bit of care. So, and being talked to, like whatever is going around at the temple, they do, but always not nice things. So that is lacking. Yeah. So I keep myself like as a family, as you mentioned, Mataji, I don't attend too many classes, I don't attend too many service. Fixed hours I do, and then off we go. So I mean, whether work is done, not done, that Lord will arrange that. It's not on me. If He has given me service, I'll do, and then be with my family. So that is where balance is very, very important. And especially as you mentioned, if one of them is only there, other people in the family, it's not. It's even more important, because then if I do too much, my children will not like it, and then think mom is always doing service, and then they'll do something they like, into social media, into phone, and all that. So balance. uh, be be part of. If we do not be part of what they are doing, sometimes my child is playing games, then I try to understand what game they are playing. I might not play with them, but at least for 15 minutes, if whatever he's playing, I try to understand what is going on. So once we try to understand them, that what they should not feel that they're not important. What they're doing is stupid things, material things, and what we are doing is superior things. It's nothing like that. If we understand that what they are doing according to their age, and we engage in them, what they're doing in school, what their friends are saying, and all that, then they feel balanced. And when we do service, then they'll come naturally, we don't have to pull them. So mummy is part of my life, then I will also try. When we need help, they will come to us. But if you only think all the time Krishna consciousness, Krishna is all the time thinking about Krishna, we are not, at least myself, I'm not so pure that all the time I can think of Krishna. In material life, we have to be part of them, play games. Yesterday my daughter was saying, like, I cannot play with my dad. Like, they used to play tennis, but after my husband had hospitalization and he's got some weakness in his body, he cannot playing. So she was crying, like, I do not get a chance to play with dad anymore. So yeah, I mean, so we have to engage them in all kind of activities. That is, like, human life is, Krishna consciousness is there, but balanced life, because of course they will go to being born and brought up. We had our education back in India or wherever, like, yeah, but more sattvic way. But here they're part of school, they have children who are not as much, not at all Krishna conscious, they say nasty things. So be there in their journey, understand them. And uh, you know um, the university, college, they will go, they will not always get, so they get bullied. Our children get bullied a lot, no matter how much Krishna consciousness they know, but they get bullied and they get upset. So if you're not beside them, it's very difficult for them. And then they will think, oh, what's the point, mommy is doing their own thing, daddy is doing their own thing, so we can carry on. They will never come back to us to tell their problems. So balance is very much important. Yeah, Mataji. So yeah, what you said is very, very meaningful and very true while raising children, especially a few years, and they might not, once they're into university and all, they might not need us, but once while they're with us, give a balanced life to them. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. I'll speak to you separately because I'm that much older and my children are very much older as well. But I'll speak to you separately. Don't want to take time here. But yeah, it's lovely speaking to you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so that's why from our childhood onwards, we need to engage ourselves in the devotional service. It is not that once we take retirement and then I'll go to Krishna consciousness. That is wrong conception. We suffer throughout the life and make our children fall into the wrong path, and then I'll take the devotional service in the last moment. That is not workable for us and our children. When my Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj was mentioning one of the devotee was asking, and children are asked to go to engage themselves into the devotional service. Why so? Sometimes which is forcefully asking devotees. Then Prabhupada Maharaj was saying, why you rascal forcefully sending children to the schools, not giving nonsense education? You are not accepting that you are sending children forcefully to the materialistic schools, but you are telling that forcefully engaging the children in the devotional service. But that is what is needed. Education is not giving right atmosphere for the children to grow and embed themselves in the spirituality. Spirituality it includes of all material things as well. This varnashrama dharma, kama, moksha. This is based on the Purusha Subhav Vihitan, Yatha Varnam, Yatha Shrimam, Vairagyarag Upadibhyam, Ahmnato Ubhay Lakshanan. So two parts. One is the enjoyment path and one is the Vairagya path. The Nivritti Marga, Pravritti Marga. Pravritti Marga is always peaceful, and whereas Nivritti Marga is peaceful. Pravritti Marga is keep on, there is no end for it, enjoying and enjoying. Some of the people in the mode of ignorance and passion, they fall in that category. Okay, so that's why Prahlad Maharaj says that children has to be engaged uh, from the childhood, 5 years old onwards. It doesn't matter whatever the age we can take, but it will give, if we make the children when they are young, it will help us. They will become devotees. They will take care of their parents nicely, and parents will go into nicely and peacefully into the devotional service later on in the vanaprastha and the sannyasa ashrama, that duration of their life. Otherwise, if it not, that's why we need to, young mothers and young parents, they must engage themselves in the devotional service. That is important. Otherwise, let us study now, go to the materialist schools and earn all the money, and then later on in the old age, I'll take devotional service. That does not work properly. That's why, it will work, but we have to go through some kind of ups and downs. We need to adjust. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. So that is very nice reflections from Sanjita Mataji and Jaya Mataji as well. That's why Bhajahure Mana Shrinandamandana Abhaya Charana Ravindare. That one very beautiful sloka Govindasa sings. Okay, so this is Dulabhamanusha. Can anyone sing that Kirtan?
Is it Bhaja Ho Ramana?
Yes, Mataji. Just one.
Yes. Yes, I think I can, but
Bhajahure
Ramana Shri Nandanandana Abhaya Charana Aravindare Abhaya Charana Aravindare दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे तारो भव सिंधुरे भजहुरे मन श्री नंद नंदन. I'll get the whole bhajan, but you just wanted that first verse, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
So that is Dullabha Manava Janama Satsangi Tarohe Bhava Sindhure. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautifully sung. One has to reflect that one from childhood onwards by looking at everyone. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so any other comments, dear devotees? Are you wanted to share anything else? Any questions? Anything else to share? Otherwise, we shall conclude for today and continue with further japa.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. These Saturday classes, this is the only one long session I can attend. Sundays also again service I cannot, but miss so much. But so much nice reflection and into the tattva. Thank you. every week you keep on, like, the devotional service you do is the purest. So, and we try to not grab as much, I would say, but as little we can, not as so much contamination that we're not able to grab everything. But the shlokas, I mean, I was thinking, like, when you remembered this, the 9 months when a child is in, what developments go on, how, through the shloka, because sometimes if we read something, we forget, like, which month what happened, of course, but as a shloka, because you remember it by heart, you can connect, and how you explain that was very nice. So, I mean, that's the importance of shloka, we should remember, but still so fallen that not able to do that. So yeah, at least we get the association that helps us. Yeah, Prabhu. So yeah, let's all please say 3 loud Hari Bols to Prabhu. Hari
Haribol,
Bol,
Haribol,
Hari Bol,
Haribol.
Hari Bol.
Haribol to all the dear devotees, Haribol to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Vaishnavas, and Krishna Radha Rani Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Panchtat, everyone. So these are all a mercy of all these Vaishnavas and a Sangha. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we shall conclude and continue the further. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो
नमः
नमः।
अनंत
Jai,
कोटि वैष्णव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की
Prabhupada
जय।
ki Jai.